Nitai Gop Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
All Gauris assembled devotees, all Gauris assembled devotees. Guru Gaura. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation. Chapter 9, the passing away of Bhishmadeva in the presence of Lord Krishna. Text 1 to 7. Text 1. Sudha Vacha
Sudavaja.
Iti
Iti.
Pita
Bhida.
Prajadroha
Prajadroha.
Sarvadharma
Sarvadharma.
Vivitsaya
Vivilsaya.
Tato
Tato.
Vinashanam
Vinashanam.
Pragat
Pragat.
Yatra
Yatra.
Devavrata
Devavrata.
Apadat
Apadat.
Sudavacha Idi
Sudavaja.
Bhida Prajadroha
Idi Bhida Prajadroha.
Sarvadharma Vivitsaya
Sarvadharma Vivilsaya.
Tado Vinashanam Pragat
Tado Vinashanam Pragat.
Yatra Devavratopada
Yatra Deva Vrto Padat.
Suta Uvacha
Sudavaja.
Idi Bhida Prajadroha
Idi Bhida Prajadrohat.
Sarvadharma Vivitsaya
Sarvadharma Vivilsaya.
Tado Vinashanam Pragat
Tado Vinashanam Pragat.
Yatra Devavratopada
Yatra Deva Vrto Padat.
Suta Uvacha
Sudavaja.
Idi Bhida Prajadroha
Idi Bhida Prajadrohat.
Sarvadharma Vivitsaya
Sarvadharma Vivilsaya.
Tado Vinashanam Pragat
Tado Vinashanam Pragat.
Deva Vratopada
Yatra Deva Vrto Padat.
Saridamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Idi Bhida Prajadroha. Sarvadharma Vivilsaya. Tado Vinashanam Pragat. Yatra Deva Vrto Apadat. Deva Vrto Padat. Hare Krishna.
Manohari Maji.
Hare Krishna. Sutavacha Idi Bida Prajadrohat Sarvadharma Vivitsaya Tado Vinashanam Pragat Yatra Deva Vrato Apatat. Hare Krishna.
Right. Shri Kalamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Suta Uvacha Iti Bhita Prajadrohat Sarvadharma Vivitsaya Tato Vinachanam Pragat Yatra Devo Pradopadat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Melinda.
Hare Krishna. Suta uvacha iti vita prajadrohat sarvadharma vivitsaya tato vinashanam pragad yatra deva vrato apatat.
Right.
May I read, Prabhuji?
Please.
Suta uvacha, Sri Suta Goswami said, iti, thus, bhitaha, being afraid of, prajadrohat, because of killing the subjects, sarva, all, dharma, acts of religion, Vivitsaya, for understanding, Tataha, thereafter, Vinashanam, the place where the fight was held, Pragat, he went, Yatra, where, Deva Vrataha, Bhishma Deva, Apatat, lay down for passing away. Translation: Suta Goswami said, being afraid for having killed so many subjects on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Maharaja Yudhishthira went to the scene of the massacre. There, Bhishma Deva was lying on a bed of arrows, about to pass away. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. In this 9th chapter, as it is willed by Lord Shri Krishna, Bhishma Deva will impart instructions to King Yudhishthira on the subject of occupational duties. Bhishma Deva will also offer his last prayer to the Lord on the verge of passing away from this mortal world and thus become liberated from the bondage of further material engagements. Bhishma Deva was endowed with the power of leaving his material body at will, and his lying down on the bed of arrows was his own choice. This passing away of the great warrior attracted the attention of all the contemporary elites, and all of them assembled there to show their feelings of love, respect, and affection for the great soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Verse 2. Tada
Tada
te
te
pratara
pradara
sarve
sarve
sadashve
sadashvai
swarna bhushitai
swarnabhushitai
anmagachan
annagachan
rathe
rathe
vipra
vipra
vyasa
vyasa
dhaumyadyas
dhaumadaya
dhaumyadayas
daumyadaya
tatha
तथा
tada te bhratara sarve
तदा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे
sadashve swarna bhushite
सदश्वै स्वर्णभूषितैः
अन्मगच्छन् रथे विप्रा
अन्वगच्छन् विप्रा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तदा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तदा
तदा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे
तदा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे
सदश्वे स्वर्णभूषिते
सदश्वै स्वर्णभूषितैः
अन्वगच्छन् रथे विप्रा
अन्वगच्छन् विप्रा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तदा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तदा
तदा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे
तदा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे
सदश्वे स्वर्णभूषिते
सदश्वै स्वर्णभूषितैः
अन्वगच्छन् रथैर्विप्रा
अन्वगच्छन् विप्रा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तदा
व्यासधौम्यादयस्तदा
सैजमा जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तथा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे सदश्वै स्वर्णभूषितैः अन्यगच्छन् रथैर्विप्रा व्यासधौम्यादयस्तदा। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। यस
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Tada te bhratara sarve sadasve swarna bhushide anvagachan jadair vipra vyasa daumyadayastada. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। मिलिंदा जी।
Hare Krishna. तदा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे सदाश्वे स्वर्णभूषिते अन्वगच्छन् रथैर्विप्रा व्यासधौम्यादयस्तथा। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। श्रीक्रमा जी।
हरे कृष्ण। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तदा ते भ्रातरा सर्वे स्वै स्वर्णभूषितै अन्वगच्छन् रथैर्विप्रा व्यासधौम्यादयस्तथा। Hare Krishna. Tada, at that time, they, all of them, Bradara, the brothers, Sarve, all together, Sat Ashay, drawn by the first class horses, Swarna, gold, Bhushita, being decorated with, Anvagachan, followed one after another, Radhai, on the chariots, Vipra, O Brahmanas, Vyasa, the sage Vyasa, Daumya, Daumya, Adya, and others. Tadha also. Translation. At that time, all his brothers followed him on beautiful chariots drawn by the first-class horses decorated with gold ornaments. With them were Vyasa and rishis like Daumya, that is the learned priest of the Pandavas, and others. Hare Krishna.
Right. Text 3. Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Pi
Api
Viprashe
Viprashe
Rathena
Gathena
Dhananjaya
Dhananjaya
Sadhananjaya
Sadhananjaya
Sadananjaya
Sa
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 Tai
Tair
Said
Vyarochada
Virojita
Sita
Nirba
Nrupa
Nrupa
Kubera
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 Va
Iva
Iva
Kyagai
Guhyagai
Uchagai
Bhagavanavi Viprashe
Bhagavan
Bhagavanavi Viprashe
Viprashe
Rathena Sadhananjaya
Rathena
Rathena
Sadhananjaya
Sadhananjaya
Sa Teir Vivorachada sorry
Sa
Sate
Tair
Sa Teir
Virojata
Vyarochada
Sa Tair Virojata
Vyarojata
Sa Te Virochada Nripa
Sa Tair
Tair
Virojita
Virochitan
Nrupa
Nrupa
Vera Iva Guhyagai
Vera Iva
Kubera Iva
Guhyagai
Guhyagai
Bhagavan Abhi Viprashe
Bhagavanavi
Bhagavanapi
Viprashe
Viprashe
Radhena Sadhananjaya
Rathena
Rathena
Sadhananjaya
Sadhananjaya
Saetai Arochada Nirba
Tadair
Tair
Satair
Virochitan
Virojata
Nrupa
Vera Iva Guhyagai
Kubera Iva
Kubera Iva
Guhyagai
Guhyagai
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavan Abhi Viprashe Yathena Dhananjaya Satair Virojata Nrpa Kubera Iva Guhyagai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Hare
Yes.
Krishna. Bhagavan abhi viprashe radena sadananjaya satairvyarojada nribaha kuvera iva guhyagaihi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Shrikaramaji.
Hare Krishna Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Bhagavan Api Viprashe Rathena Sadhananjaya Satair Vyarojata
Virochada.
Vyarochatar Nipa Nripa Kuvera Iva Guhyakai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ramaji.
Bhagavan api viprarashe rathena sadhananjayah satirvyarochata nrpah kuvera eva guhyakehe.
Right
Bhagavan,
again.
the personality of Godhead Shri Krishna, api also viprarashe, O sage among the Brahmanas, rathena on the chariot, sa Dhananjaya with Dhananjaya Arjuna, saha he they, by them, Vyarochata appeared to be highly aristocratic. Nripaha, the king Yudhishthira, Kuvera the treasurer of the demigods, Eva as Goyakehe, companions known as Goyakas. Translation: O sage, amongst the Brahmanas, Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, also followed, seated on a chariot with Arjuna. Thus King Yudhishthira appeared very aristocratic, like Kuvera, surrounded by his companions, the Guhyakas. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. Lord Shri Krishna wanted the Pandavas to be present before Bhishma Deva in the most aristocratic order so that he might be pleased to see them happy at the time of his death. Kuvera is the richest of all the demigods, and herein King Yudhishthira appeared like him, Kuvera, for the procession along with Sri Krishna was quite appropriate to the royalty of King Yudhishthira. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 4. Drishtva nipatidam bhumau
दृष्ट्वा निबद्धं भूमौ
divyastudam ivamaram
दिव्यश्च्युतम् इवामरम्
pranevu pandava bhishmam
प्रणेमु पाण्डवा भीष्मम्
sanugaha sahachakrinam
सानुगाः सानुगा सहचक्रिणा
Drishtva nipatidam bhumau
दृष्ट्वा निबद्धं भूमौ
divyastudam ivamaram
दिव्यश्च्युतम् इवामरम्
pranemu pandava bhishmam
प्रणेमु पाण्डवा भीष्मम्
anugaha sahachakrinam
सानुगा सहचक्रिणा
दृष्ट्वा निपतितं भूमौ
दृष्ट्वा निबद्धं भूमौ
दिवाच्युतम् इवामरम्
दिवश्च्युतम् इवामरम्
प्रणेमो पाण्डवा भीष्मम्
प्रणेमु पाण्डवा भीष्मम्
सानुगाः सहचक्रिणा
सानुगाः सहचक्रिणा
शैलजामाजी
हरे कृष्ण दृष्ट्वा निपतितं भूमौ दिव्यश्च्युतमिवामरम् प्रणेमु पाण्डवा भीष्मम् सानुगाः सहचक्रिणा हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. दृष्टा निबदिदं भूमौ दिवश्च्युतम् इवामरम् प्रणेमो पाण्डवा भीष्मं सानुगा सहचक्रिणा. हरे कृष्ण.
right मिलिन्दमाजी
Hare Krishna. Drishtva nipatitam bhumau divashchutam ivamaram pranemo pandava bhishmam sanugaha sahachakrina. Hare Krishna.
right शीतलमाजी
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय दृष्ट्वा निपतितं भूमौ दिवश्च्युतम् इवामरं प्रणेमु पाण्डवा भीष्मं सानुग सहचक्रिणाः दृष्ट्वा thus we see nipatitam lying down bhumau on the ground diva from the sky achyutam fallen iva like amaram demigod pranamu bowed down pandava the son of Pandu bhishmam unto Bhishma sa achyuta sanuga with the younger brothers saha also with chakrina the Lord carrying the disc. Translation: seeing him, Bhishma lying on the ground like a demigod fallen from the sky, the Pandava king Yudhishthira, along with his younger brothers and Lord Krishna, bowed down before him. Purport by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Lord Krishna was also a younger cousin of Maharaja Yudhishthira as well as the intimate friend of Arjuna. But all the family members of the Pandavas knew Lord Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. The Lord, although conscious of his supreme position, always behaved in a humanly custom. And so he also bowed down before the dying Bhishma Deva as if he were one of the younger brothers of King Yudhishthira. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 5. Tatra brahmarshaya sarve devarshaya cha sattama rajashaya cha tatra asan drashtum bharatapumgavam tatra brahmarshaya sarve devarshayascha sattamam devarshayascha sattamam rajashayascha tatrasan drashtum bharatapumgavam
द्रष्टुं भरतपुङ्गवम्
तत्र ब्रह्मर्षयः सर्वे
तत्र ब्रह्मर्षयः सर्वे
देवर्षयश्च सत्तमा
देवर्षयश्च सत्तमा
राजर्षयश्च तत्रासन्
राजर्षयश्च तत्रासन्
द्रष्टुं भरतपुङ्गवम्
द्रष्टुं
द्रष्टुं
भरतपुङ्गवम्
भरतपुङ्गवम्
हरे कृष्णा. यस शैलजा जी. शैलजा जी, you are mute. हरे कृष्णा.
Yes. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. तत्र ब्रह्मर्षयः सर्वे देवर्षयश्च सत्तमा राजर्षयश्च तत्रासन् द्रष्टुं भरतपुङ्गवम्. हरे कृष्ण.
मनोहरी माजी. मनोहरी, you are mute. You have to unmute.
हरे कृष्ण. तत्र ब्रह्मर्षया सर्वे देवर्षयाश्च सत्तमा राजर्षयाश्च तत्रासन् द्रष्टुं भरतपुङ्गवम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Right. Shrikramaji.
श्रीकृष्ण नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. तत्र ब्रह्मर्षयः सर्वे देवर्षयश्च सत्तमा राजर्षयश्च तत्रासन् द्रष्टुं भरतपुङ्गवम्. श्रीकृष्ण.
Right. Melinda Maji.
हरे कृष्ण. तत्र ब्रह्मर्षयः सर्वे देवर्षयश्च सत्तमा राजर्षयश्च तत्रासन् द्रष्टुं भरतपुङ्गवम्. तत्र there Brahma rishis among the Brahmanas, Sarve all, Deva rishis among the demigods, Cha and Sattama situated in the quality of goodness, Raja rishis among the kings, Cha and Tatra in that place, Asan were present, Drashtum just to see, Bharata the descendants of King Bharata, Pungavam the chief of. Translation: just to see the chief of the descendants of King Bharata, Bhishma, all the great souls in the universe, namely the rishis amongst the demigods, brahmanas and kings, all situated in the quality of goodness, were assembled there. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. The rishis are those who have attained perfection by spiritual achievements. Such spiritual achievements can be earned by all, whether one is a king or a mendicant. Bhishma Deva himself was also one of the Brahma rishis and the chief of the descendants of King Bharata. All rishis are situated in the quality of goodness. All of them assemble there on hearing the news of the great warrior's impending death. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah.
नमः.
Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam
इष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले
Swayam Rupagada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandiyam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamala
श्रीयुतपदकमलं
Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Rupam
श्रीरूपं
Sagarjadam
साग्रजातं
Sahaganaraghunatham
सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं
Sajivam
सजीवम्
Sadvaitam
साद्वैतं
Savadutam
सावधूतं
Parijana Sahitam
सहितं
Krishna Chaitanya Devam
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
Radha Krishna
श्रीराधा
Padam
कृष्णपादान्
Sagana Lalita
सहगणललिता
Shri Vishakam
श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च
Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya
कृष्णवेष्टाय
Bhutale
भूतले
Srimade
नमो
Bhakti Vedanta
वेदान्त
Swami
स्वामी
Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve
ते
Gauravani Pracharine
प्रजानि
Vishesha Shunyavadi
शून्यवासे
Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Om Vishnupadaya
श्रीमताय कृष्ण
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale
भूतले
Srimade Bhakti
श्रीमते भक्ति
Siddhanta
वेदांत
Saraswati
स्वामी
Namine Shri Vashabhanavi Devi Daityaya Krivabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnanadayine Prabhave Namah Madhuryojara Premadhya Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaurakarna Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste. Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Praram Devanuga Virudhava Siddhanta Dvanda Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sachal Vairagya Murtaye Ipralambra Sambode Tam Vadambuje Te Namaha Nama Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Surubaya Rubanugavarayade Gauravirbhavo Mestam Deshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannadaya Te Namaha Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha H.I. Goshai Korishan Bandhan Jahamot Vignanash Abhishta Puran Vancha Kalpadrubhascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Gaura Krishna Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayade Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namam Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Surupagam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktigam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Govesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Jedam Siddhopango Mama Mandamade Gadi Mat Sarvasupadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vrindaranya Kalpadhumada Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Shira Govinda Devo Prashtaravi Sevimano Smarami Sriman Rasasarambi Vamshi Vadatarasya Kashan Venusuner Gopi Govinada Shriyetunam Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare Hare
Sudavacha Idi Bida Prajadroha Sarvadharma Vivatsaya Tado Vinashanam Praga Yatadeva Vratopada Sudha Goswami said, being afraid for having killed so many subjects on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Maharaja Yudhishthira went to the scene of massacre. There, Bhishmadeva was lying on a bed of arrows about to pass away. So, the last chapter we have seen prayers of Kundi Devi, and towards the end, a very agitated Yudhishthira was very depressed because he thinks himself the cause of so much massacre. So, this is as well as arrangement of Krishna, so that Bhishma Deva can learn from Yudhishthira can learn from Bhishma Deva, who was lying on the bed of arrows and planning his departure. Planning his departure means Bhishma Deva was blessed by his father that he can choose the time of his death. Swachanda Mrityu, Swa Icha Mrityu. He can, if by his free will, by his will, he can leave his body. So Bhishmadeva was about to leave his body, He was lying on the bed of arrows, and he was waiting for an appropriate time to leave his body. He was waiting for Uttarayanam. Uttarayanam, as we know, we have seen the 8th chapter. Persons who live during the time of day, light, Shuklavaksha, Uttarayana, they see the path of no return. They will not come back. But people who live during the night, smoke, darkness, Krishnavaksha, that is darkness, Krishnavaksha, and then Dakshinayana, they will come back. So it may appear, apparently it may appear that Bhishmadeva was waiting for Uttarayana to come, because the Kurukshetra war took place towards the end of Dakshinayana, and Bhishmadeva, the Uttarayana is coming now after the war, and so the war is over now. So Bhishmadeva can leave any time now. But we know from the 8th chapter that this path of return and path of non-return are meant for jnanis and yogis, not for devotees. Devotees, they can leave any time because they are in constant
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Stuck అయిపోయేలా. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I think Prabhuji, an internet issue, is facing some internet issue.
Stuck, no? Stuck,
Yeah.
no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, he'll come back. Maybe he is not knowing it.
Yeah, he's got disconnected. Looks like he'll join back. Yesterday also it happened, Mataji, so he joined back.
Sorry, network is being problem. So now how do you know that Bhishma Deva is a foremost devotee of Krishna? Yes, anyone?
No idea, Prabhuji.
Because Srimad Bhagavatam says he's one of the 12 Mahajans.
Oh.
12 Mahajans, isn't it? The sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam speaks about Mahajans, 12 Mahajans, and Bhishma Deva is one of the 12 Mahajans. Mahajans are people who know Krishna intimately, who are very great devotees of Krishna, who know Krishna thoroughly. So Bhishma Deva is included in the Mahajan. So he is a great devotee of Krishna. So for devotees, they don't have to wait for Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. But he wanted to assure that Pandavas are put in their throne, because he had given an oath to Satyadevi. What is the name? Satyavati. Yes, Satyavati. That he will ensure that Hastinapura throne is secure. So only when the war is over and Yudhishthira is firmly in place, then he will be assured that Hastinapura is in safe hands, is well protected. So that's why he waited. But most important reason that he wanted to do his body by looking at Krishna, the presence of Krishna. And this also gives an opportunity when Yudhishthira and Pandavas came, he gives an opportunity to speak on Varnashrama Dharma, occupational duties. Because now Yudhishthira is very perplexed and agitated, and he is very depressed, and he may not be in the right frame of mind to administer his country. So it is very necessary that he be trained, or he may be taught how to rule the country as a Kshatriya, what are things involved, and rule with an intention, with the ultimate intention of taking his prajas back to Godhead. This is the duty of king. King has to provide all the infrastructure for making a living. Second, king has to ensure that all these prajas, all these subjects are properly engaged in their duties, occupational duties. And then, most important, he has to conduct yajna so that prajas, subjects are progressing on the spiritual path. So Bhishma Deva was thorough with all this. So Yudhishthira is being instructions on this, and this is as per plan of Krishna only. So along with Yudhishthira, Krishna, and everybody, there were others also. Srila Prabhupada says contemporary elites. Contemporary elites along with Bhishma, who were contemporaries with Bhishma. And elite means very leading. The supremely important rishis at that time were also present when Bhishma Deva is waiting for his passing away. So they had great respect and love for Bhishma Deva. He's a great man. Everybody respected him like anything. There is an incident in Kaura Sabha when Draupadi was being harassed. There was a lot of commotion, a lot of voice. Everybody was speaking and shouting, and nobody can hear anything. Such a commotion was going on. And then suddenly everything became very quiet. So Dhritarashtra, as we know, he is blind, he cannot see. So he was surprised. So much noise and so much shouting and everything was going on. Then immediately silence. So he asked Sanjay, what's happened? Sanjay said, Bhishma Deva has stood up to speak. So when Bhishma Deva rises, everybody will be silent. When he's going to speak, everybody will be silent. Such is respect commanded by Bhishma Deva. So it was such a great soul. So next verse is Tada te bhratara sarve sadaishvehi swarna bhushidai anvagachan radhe vipra vyasa dhaumya deyastadha. At that time, all his brothers followed him on beautiful chariots drawn by first-class horses decorated with gold ornaments. With them were Vyasa and rishis like Gaumya, the learned priest of Pandavas and others. So, as mentioned above, many contemporaries of Bhishmadev also wanted to see him at the time of his passing away. So here I can see Pandavas are traveling on a beautiful chariot drawn by first-class horses, well decorated with golden ornaments. You can see the horses themselves are decorated with gold ornaments. So you can understand the opulence that Yudhishthira is enjoying the time. So the reason for that is given in the next verse. It says, Bhagavan adiviprasherathena sa dhananjaya sa tair virochata nipa uvera ive guhigai. O sage among the Brahmanas, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, also followed seated on a chariot with Arjuna. Thus King Yudhishthira appeared very aristocratic, like Kuvera surrounded by his companions. So all the Pandavas very opulently dressed, riding on chariot, first-class chariot, great chariot, drawn by gold horses. And this was meant to make Bhishmadev happy. Then Bhishma will know sure that Yudhishthira and Pandavas are well placed, firmly placed in their thrones in Hastinapura. So they are now the emperors of Hastinapura. This is just to give a message, because when emperors are there, it is appropriate that they should be dressed accordingly, especially when they go out. This is etiquette. If you're an emperor, you have to be dressed like an emperor. In your house, okay, you may wear a simple dress, but when you're going out, you have to dress like an emperor, very opulently dressed. Like Srila Prabhupada, this the upper garments, there is a dress is then upper garment is there. I don't know what is, I'm forgetting that name. That sannyasi is wear. Even Vyasas also wear that upper garment. Uttarinam in Malayalam, in Sanskrit called Uttarinam. It's upper garment. When Srila Prabhupada is in his office or in his residence where he's playing, he will just wrap it around him. And when he's going out, then it will be tightly folded and then knotted on the shoulder. You have seen that. Have you noticed? When you're going out, then you will say that upper garment, that piece of cloth is over that kurta you will wear. Then it will be tightly knotted on the shoulder. So, we have got a deity of Srila Prabhupada, which we got from Ujjain, that fiberglass, very big ones. So we use it dressing like tying a knot there and looking very official. So once we had a devotee from Mayapur was staying here for doing some saiva. And he was telling us that normally when Srila Prabhupada is staying inside indoor, when he's staying in his ashram, he'll be very casual with the upper garments. He just fold it down his body, put it on across his body. But only while going out, be very official. So this is just to inform the public that he's a sannyasi. Same way, the public and general people should know that when the emperor goes out, he is an emperor only. So that will give so much comfort to Bhishmadeva, because Bhishmadeva now for sure that now he's emperor. And so it is said that Yudhishthira appeared exactly like Kuvera, the person who is charge of wealth of Devas. And the next verse, he said, Drishta nipatidam bhumo divaschudam ivamaram pranemu pandava bhishmam sanugaha chakrina. So in the previous words called, and verse 2 and verse 3, we are saying Vipra and Viparshe. Viparshe means, O sage among the Brahmanas. So who is this Viparshe mentioned here? Who is the Viparshe that is mentioned here? You should always be alert of the context. This first canto mostly speaker is Sudha Goswami, and then Sudha Goswami speaking to whom?
Sages of Naimisharanya.
Yes, he is headed by Shaunaga Rishi. Shaunaga, yes. That's why here, when you say Viparshe means, or sage among the Brahmanas, so it is personally addressing Shaunaga Rishi. And Rishi means, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Rishi means, Na yasya madam na bhinnam sa Rishi. Sorry. Na sa Rishi yasya madam na bhinnam. Na sa Rishi yasya madam na bhinnam. So if you are Rishi means you should have your own philosophy. Madam means philosophy. Nasa Rishi, he is not a Rishi if he's not having a philosophy of his own. If he's not having a separate philosophy. So every Rishi will have his own philosophy on the absolute truth, on Jiva, on Kala and everything, the five factors, everybody having their own views and including this philosophy, Darshana. So one who is having a philosophy, he will propound his philosophy. But of all the philosophies, the philosophy expounded by Vyasadeva is the best. This is a theistic philosophy focused on the Supreme Personality. Although in the beginning it is not clearly mentioned, towards the end we come to know who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the construction, is the Vedas are like that. Vedas, you have 6 contemporaries of Vyasadeva also. They had their own philosophies. Gautama, Kanada, etc. Patanjali, Kapila, Jaimini, Ashtavakra. So all these 6 philosophers or rishis, they have their own philosophies. But Vyasadeva's philosophy is the best. So many rishis accompanied Yudhishthira to see Bhishmadeva. And Bhishmadeva was lying on the ground like a demigod falling from the sky. It is Nipatita. He was a great personality, very tall, very extremely tall person, well built, and is shining like sun. So he looks like a demigod. So Pandavas, along with Yudhishthira, pay their obeisances, prostrating before Bhishmadeva. Not only Pandavas, Sachakrina. Sachakrina means a carrier of disc. Who is a carrier of disc?
Krishna.
Yes, Krishna. So Krishna is carrying the disc also, and along with Pandavas, he also prostrated before Bhishmadeva. So this is the way Krishna is teaching everyone that you should always be respectful for elderly persons, especially great philosophers and devotees like Bhishma Deva. So everybody knows, Bhishma Deva knows very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but still Krishna, as per etiquette, is prostrating before Bhishma Deva. So thereby he is giving a message to everyone else how to respect great personalities. So we have said that you have to respect all the sannyasis, whether sannyasi is our Parambara, our Gaudiya Parambara, or Mayavadi sannyasi, or some other sannyasis. But if it's a sannyasi, real sannyasi, true sannyasi, then we have to give our obeisance to them. You cannot say, oh, he's not from Vida, he's only Mayavadi, he's not Gaudiya Vaishnava, he's a different school only. No, you cannot do that. You have to give respect. It's a different matter that you are accepted. You don't have to listen to him. Pay respect and then go away. You don't have to listen to his lecture or class. But when you meet him, you have to give respect. This is a common thing in people who are treading the spiritual path. So this is to teach others. And Srila Krishna also bow before Bhishma Deva. And then Tatra Brahmashya Sarve Devashya Cha Sattama Rajashya Cha Tatrasan Drashtum Bharata Pungavan. Just to see the chief of the descendants of King Bharata, who is Bhishma Deva himself. All the great souls in the universe, namely the rishis among the demigods, brahmanas, and kings, all situated in the quality of goodness, who assemble there. So different types of rishis like Brahmarshi, Devarshi, Rajarshi. So many different types are there. Brahmarshi is Vyasadeva, Vasishta, people like Vasishta. And Bhishma Deva is also included in that category. Brahmarshi means one who knows Brahman, one who has realized Brahman. Where is Brahmarshi? Devarshi means who is a teacher or guru of the Devas. Who is Devarshi then? Who is popularly known as the Devarshi?
Narad Muni.
Yes. Narad Muni. Then Rajashri, who was Rajashri? Who wanted to become Brahmarshi? He was a Rajashri, but he wanted to be Brahmarshi. So Rajesh, that is Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was a Rajashri. He was a king, and then later on he took the spiritual path. He was known as Rajashri, but he didn't want to stick to Rajashri. He wanted to elevate to the position of Brahmarshi. So he conducted so many very strong tapasyas to achieve that end. And he had a lot of difference of opinion with Vasishta. That being the next verse, 6 and 7, is describing so many rishis who had assembled at Kurukshetra for witnessing the passing away of Bhishma Deva in front of Krishna. So their descriptions are given, the next 2 verses, which we'll discuss tomorrow, next class. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Any clarification? Any clearance of any questions? All right. Thank you.
Krishna Prabha Sindhu Kireva Japadi Dhanam Parmipyo Vaishnavi Pyo Namo Namo Nanda Bodhi Vaishnava Vrata Ki Jai.